Hi everyone, this is Jonathan Schrantz, and today we got another opening trap for you. So this one is the Kieninger Trap, also known as the trap in the Budapest Gambit. And this is a really cool one because it's something that I've played before in a rated game, so I can tell you firsthand it does work. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the board. Okay, so in this trap, it's going to be black as the one that's going to end up winning. So we'll go ahead and look at this from the black point of view. This occurs in the Budapest Gambit, which occurs after d4, knight f6, c4, and now the move e5. And this is a very interesting way for black to try to unbalance the game from the very first couple moves here. And it's a good way to try to fight for the initiative. So white really should accept this gambit. There's nothing else that should be seriously considered. And now that the knight is under attack, the knight can jump either to e4 or g4. Knight e4 is the Fajarowicz gambit, and it's, well, it has a lot of tricks and traps that we also could mention, but it is sort of a dubious opening, which is why most people prefer knight to g4, and if white does nothing to stop black, black just simply intends to take the e5 pawn back. So, let's say white decides he's going to defend his pawn, bishop to f4. Now the opening is going to revolve around how many times can black attack e5, and will he be able to win his pawn back and then get a decent game. So knight to c6, knight to f3, again protecting the pawn, and now black wants to play queen to e7 to attack the pawn again, but he doesn't want to put his queen in front of the bishop. So he inserts the move, bishop to b4 check, and now white needs to make a decision with one of his knights here. He can play the move knight to c3, which is a very interesting way to play. It does allow black to double his pawns a lot of the times, but in most lines the queen will be able to go to d5 to protect the pawn an additional time, and it'll be really tough for black to actually get his pawn back, but he will get lots of compensation in those lines. But a lot of players, they like to play knight b to d2, because this avoids ruining the pawn structure, and white is guaranteed to get a slight edge out of this opening, because in the future he's going to play a3, and if black is compelled at some point to give up the bishop, well, white is just going to be a tiny bit better. But, alright, it is black's turn, so queen to e7. And there's two main moves here for white, e3 and a3. And they're both fine, but if they play a3, black can play a very tricky move that's caught a lot of people off guard, including some titled players. So in this position, instead of worrying about his bishop, he can leave it in pre, and he can take on e5. Now, white needs to be really careful. He might be thinking, ooh, he blundered his bishop. But if you take it, I hope you guys can see what black would play here. I'll give you just a couple of seconds to enjoy this music and see if you can figure it out. All right, hopefully you guys found it. Knight to d3, smothered checkmate. So a fantastic way that has caught a lot of people off guard, not just in blitz, but also in long standard games. So it's a very good trick to have up your sleeve. All right, guys, so that does it today for the Kieninger Trap. Hopefully this is something that you get to use in one of your games. It is a very exciting way to play. So when you get the Budapest Gambit, the number one thing you're thinking on your mind is, well, how can I get this little trap to work? And the good news is, even if it doesn't work immediately, it'll be something where you'll still be playing a decent game without risking any serious, detrimental effect to your position. So attack your bishop, come on. So, it's something that you might really want to play, and this guy's just dropping his pieces over here. So I hope you guys, all right, good move. Well, how embarrassing, I just fell for the trap. So big thanks to Alex Tatina. You want to see more of this guy? Well, you better subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got more videos like this coming out all the time.